Why boil water? See, for boiling water, it actually removes all toxins and chemicals from the water that you're drinking from because you don't know if it is polluted or there's harmful bacteria in there that can get inside you and make you sick, or other parasites that are in there. It will kill them off as well.
Also, if you think you're going to get clean water from a stream, think twice, because there might be something upstream that is dead or intoxicated, like feces or a dead animal that can get you sick, or um, maybe even lead to death because of the sick and you can't move to safety. Also, the only reason you should get water that that you don't need to boil is either if it's ice or if you're in the glacier area and there's water coming from the streams, from the glaciers upstream.
So, just play it safe with water. Even if you think it's clean, if you think it's crystal clear, you don't know where that water came from. You are just better off boiling it, unless you're like in the rainforest and it's raining and you just get some water in your face. So, yeah, just play it safe. Boil your water. I guess you don't really need to play it safe if you're at home, but I'm obviously a survival channel.
Yeah.
I've had to boil water a couple times. Once, me, W10 Groshin, and no, the Final Ultimatum. We all canoed up to an island.
You need to boil the water
Yeah, and Ashlyn filled up all of our
from
bottles.
the lake.
Yeah. So we boiled some water that way.
Let's just keep going.
Yeah.
That's my horn brother.
He got hurt too. It's kind of funny.
Good.
Said ow.
Good. Okay, and another tip to remember, guys, is if you don't have the water, you can't boil it. So even if water is not boiled, carry it in plastic water bottles just in case you can't find any more water, but you can boil it later.
That is also true. Uh, I before I go camping, I always fill up my 2 liter uh, pouch water thing in my backpack that has a little drinking thing that you can drink from while you're walking. So that's always good, but clean it out because some harmful chemicals from the plastic and stuff can get in there. Water can be very harmful too. If you're tired and you haven't drinking water for a while and you just drink a whole bunch of water, you'll actually be in.
It'll make you puke, maybe. Yeah, it might make you puke.
Well, if you puke, it'll dehydrate you. But if you don't puke, it'll just give you pain, and you won't want to move.
Unless you're in the desert, then drink as much as you can.
And if you drink so much water, you can die.
Yeah.
There's actually a competition.
Oh, you've heard about that too?
Yeah, they had to drink all this water, and
this girl died.
Yeah, so they canceled it.
Yeah.
But just be careful with water. I mean, drink 8 ounces a day. No, eight.
It's a gallon.
It's 8 ounces, 8 ounce cups a day. That's actually what they say. I don't drink that much water. I'm dehydrated a lot of the time. That's why before school I usually drink like half a liter of water now because I know I'm not gonna drink water during the day. I just don't have the time sometimes.
Yeah. Another thing to do is get those filtration straws. They're like that big and they're dang it, I hate this. It's like backwards and sideways and I don't know. But they're like about this big and they're affordable and they can save your life if you really need to. And you can filtrate water without boiling it. So.
Yes. Also, with water, you are really not, if you don't If you're going on a camping trip or a survival trip in the desert or anything in the desert, just bring a whole bunch of water because there's actually been stories of people who have been lost in the desert but had water with them, so they actually made it. Barely, but they made it. So
Yeah.
Alec here actually has a little thing that has a few drops of
Oh yeah.
water in it, just in case.
Yeah, my Bear Grylls thing. Yeah, I have this little thing, and the reason for that is one, um, it can make your mouth moist. That's for desert, because in any other area it's not super critical, but in desert it can keep your mouth moist, and also it might actually give you like a couple more minutes, and that may just save your life.
Also, ways to get water in different scenarios, like say the desert. If you dig a hole, you put a whole bunch of plants and other green things in that hole. You put a can or something that can collect the water in the middle. You put foil or anything reflective that will catch the sun's rays easy over the top of the hole. You stake it in or just make it so it won't fall in because you're going to put a rock or something heavy in the center of it, and the condensation and evaporation from the green plants and stuff under your shiny material will create water residue that is condensation on the reflective wrapping, and it will pour into the lowest spot, which is where the rock would be, where the can should be. So you can collect the water that way in the desert.
Also, another way to get water um, in the islands in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or the Atlantic Ocean is for what's it called? It's I can't remember. Like stilled or whatever. But a way to get the salt out of the water, where you just get fresh water, is to dig
Yeah.
kind of like a ditch, like a circle ditch, and then have it kind of like it's hard to explain. Like have like a ditch about this wide, and basically dig it out, and then put like a hill kind of like in the middle, and put your bottle kind of like in the middle, but then like dig it out with dig the center out so you can put coals in there, and put your like metal water bottle on the top, and then put a plastic bag over it, so when the water boils and the salt won't come with it, it'll go into that little thing around it, like that little ring.
It's basically evaporating the salt water and leaving the salt behind,
Yeah.
and the condensation, the evaporated water vapors will condensate into a container that will give you fresh water.
Yeah, it may not taste good, but it'll save your life.
Another way in the desert to find water, cacti and other cactuses. You can some cacti you can cut them open and there will be liquid inside because cacti store water in them for long periods of time because cactus don't need uh, much water during the desert time, obviously. So if you find a cacti, just cut it open. But I know this isn't about dangerous poisons and stuff like that, but if there's a milky sort of white residue that comes out, do not touch it. It's irritating to the skin. If you eat it, drink it, or whatever you want to
You're gonna
say,
get sick.
not just sickness, your throat will swell up.
Oh really?
You
I
can
think they're sick.
other people have different reactions and stuff, and
Oh, yeah.
it'll just irritate your body and your organs, and you can die from it. It's very lethal.
Also, just for desert, this isn't necessarily about water, but there's this like fruit that's about this big. It looks kind of like a watermelon, and when you cut it open, it looks like a watermelon. But do not eat it; it'll make you poison. You might die from it. Also, what was the other thing I was gonna say? You can there's a the when you see a tree like any type of tree, like a big tree instead of just like those little shrubs, dig into it and you might actually find water because they say in the desert. I heard somewhere that the trees in the desert, they have their heads in the fire and their feet in the like water or something.
It's some kind of sand, but it's from the roots.
Yeah.
The roots, most or all trees a lot of water goes to the roots, so you can find some water like that, just
Yeah.
like in the cacti.
Yeah, you can actually cut the roots and then like actually get some water from them.
Just like the cacti. But another way to get water in the desert is if you find some area in the desert that looked like there might have been some rainfall there or something where water might have been there, where there's at least a little erosion or something, dig down into the sand and you can find water. It won't be the cleanest water, but it will work for your, depending on your situation, you will drink it.
Also, if you're in a tundra area, do not eat the snow. Kelvin has done a video on this, and he says multiple times that you do not eat snow because it can literally burn your mouth. Like it'll burn your mouth in like some kind of way.
It'll give you blisters because
Yeah,
of all the
something like
air that you're compressing at one time, and it'll affect your taste buds in a weird way.
Oh really? But yeah, snow. If you have a choice between collecting snow or ice, get the ice because ice is 90% water, 10% air. Snow is 10% water, 90% air.
Yeah, it's opposite. But you know, yeah, melting snow, it doesn't help the best, but it will get you water. And if you can't get a fire, get some snow, put it between your hands, hold it or hold it with one hand, depending on what you want to do. And eventually it'll get really, really moist. Sorry, where you can actually drink it. Like last winter, I was really thirsty, and I knew this, so I kept it in my hand for about 10 minutes, and it was really moist. And I just opened up my head. I started like slurping it up like as if you suck on a straw. It was amazing. I mean, it was pure fresh water, and you didn't even have to start a fire or anything, and it actually got me a lot of water.
Sorry, be gone.
Um, Also, uh, dang it,
I'll say
lost my
something.
train of thought.
I'll just say something really quick. In
I
sea.
remember.
Okay, say it.
Oh, okay. Well, in rainforest area or islands, anything like that that have like native trees and stuff like that, the banana tree actually has banana water that is very, very good for you. It has a lot of potassium, vitamin C, vitamin is either A or D. One
I
of the
think it's D.
yeah. It actually collects a lot too.
Is it where you cut into the roots and then you dig out the
No.
center? Okay, that's another way to get water from a banana tree. Also, if you're in the saltwater regions or something like that, when you catch the fish, this might not taste good, but if you eat the eyes of the fish, they actually contain a lot of water.
That is something I did not know.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Good. We're learning.
But for the banana tree, as I was saying,
I did
you
not know that
can
either.
you can sharpen a like a hollow stick like bamboo or something. Stick it into the banana tree so it's facing down, and then put something on the ground that will collect it somehow, and it'll it's like tap water, except you don't have to pump it, except it doesn't give you that
I know
much
what you're
water.
talking about. That also works with pines and like stuff like that. Birch trees, I mean, like the white trees.
Okay. So yeah, that will just pour in there. And also there's another in the jungle, another tree of or not a tree but a vine.
Oh
If you cut off
yeah.
a piece of the vine, you cut off the bottom piece of it, you can actually drink water from it. Because a lot of vines have a lot of water in them.
Also, another thing with the jungle, bamboo collects a lot of water also. So, if you cut into bamboo, it's more than likely to drain water. So get yourself a bamboo container and then cut into it with a hatchet. I mean, not a hatchet, like a machete. And then you can just basically, like, collect the water and drink it straight.
Wow, we know a lot more about finding water than I thought we did.
Because we're awesome.
Any other climates that we need to go over for finding water?
What other climate is there? Urban. Let's go through urban really quick. Because a lot of people don't think about this, but natural disasters like Hurricane Sandy that just happened, like really recently in Hurricane Katrina, And what other?
Actually, Katrina was a few years ago.
Yeah, I know.
Sandy.
That's no Sandy, but I said Hurricane Katrina. That wasn't recent. But you can you can purify water through bleach. You can take what is it, a quart of water and 3 to 4 drops of bleach, depending on if it's blurry or clear. You can drain your water. Also in the sunlight, if you take one of those pop like bottles, the clear ones, and put it on the sun for a day, it'll purify it.
Yeah, that's actually true because it's basically like lighting a fire. It takes longer. But with the bleach thing, no offense, but I would look this up first because I'm not sure if that's true or not. But just saying, just for your safety, just in case.
Yeah.
But
we don't want to get sued.
Yeah, they don't have our info.
But, or no, it's not happening.
All right. So, any other climates?
What else? Anything?
Flatlands?
Flatlands. Oh my god, that's actually really hard.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I got another thing about seawater just to say.
Okay, you talk about that while I think about flatlands.
So I think that with water.
Oh, I got it.
Okay. When I think about water in the ocean, it's kind of like a super mental game because in the desert, they're basically the same type of like thing with water. You need water, and it's really desiccant for you to drink. True. But it's so much of a mind game to drink that water that's just in front of you. You're so thirsty. Do not drink it. It will dehydrate you about like 3 to 4 times as much.
Oh, it's way faster than that, dude.
Oh, it is like 10?
It's like
20?
14 or 15.
Jeez.
Because there's so much salt in the water.
That's actually, yeah, that's true because the scientific proof is like we have 2 point something, no, we have less than that, like 0.7 something percent of water, salt in our water in our body because we are like 98% water. And, but sea salt has like, I don't know, like 20 times as much as that.
Yeah, it's all a mind game. You can't let it get to you.
Yeah.
But for the grasslands, depending on where you are, this is a tricky one.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are, you can take the grass that's in there and any other plants, take the roots, mash them. What?
If you're in the right season, if it's dry season, it'll be used for fire, but not water.
Yeah, but you crush up the roots a little bit. You get some liquid out of that. You can slip it up. It's not that much. No. And in swampy, we gotta talk about swampy.
Oh, swamp, yeah.
But yeah, you don't got a lot of options at flatlands. I'll admit that.
Also desert, and desert, it's basically the same as desert, just looks more nourished. Desert, I think desert, flatlands, and oceans. Ocean is my worst. I just flipped them off. Ocean is my worst, but because the mind game of the water just being right in front of you, you are super thirsty, but do not drink it.
You know, honestly, I think the flatlands would be worse for me.
Really?
I think I could take on the desert and the island or something
also,
better than that.
Well, islands, but if you're in the middle of a shipwreck and you're floating, you can also puke and lose a lot of water.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to swamps.
Yeah. Okay. You want to go first?
No, you can go.
Okay. So you can make there's a lot of containers in swamps and jungles. You can make a container of python if you can catch it. But
very good, as long as you don't cut the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, get rid of the bottom part where the anus comes out, because that's always bad to have. But also, this is a very good technique to know, so I'm just going to tell you. In every single region almost, if you dig a couple feet from the water, even in some like salt areas, that you can get fresh water from it. Like if you dig into the ground, it'll become fresh water. You can drink it straight. That's actually
not all the time.
Sometimes,
but most of the time actually.
Yeah. Just you have to taste it really quick, just in case like
little finger.
Yeah, something like that.
But
especially salt.
For swamp.
Yeah.
You gotta let's go with the worst case scenario with swamp. There's like really flooded, build sort of a platform on some trees with some dead wood or something that'll at least hold your weight. Try to get a fire going
Yeah.
on there, and then you can try to purify the water around you, because that's obviously going to be really nasty.
Yeah, because
You do not want to drink that.
alligators and pythons and all that delicious stuff that comes out of them.
That's another reason why you want to build a platform. You want to get out of that nasty water, and you want to get away from those predators.
Yeah, they can really put hurt on you, especially piranhas, because piranhas aren't as bad as pythons, but alligators are worse than piranhas. But the worst thing about piranhas, one will go for you, and then once that one goes for you, the blood will literally travel like super fast, and it'll just all like corner you and circle you and just like eat you. It would suck.
Yeah. Let's see. Any other way to start or get water in swamp?
It's long. It's way longer than I thought. It was gonna be like 2 minutes, but now it's 20.
Dang it. I'm trying to think.
Anything else? Trying to see.
Trying to think of more things, more ways to get water in swamp. I mean, there's only a few ways for some regions. Some regions there's actually a lot. I'm actually surprised there's so many for the desert.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, that's the reason that there's so many though is because a lot of people need to know because that's truly bad.
I'm still surprised that there's a lot though.
Yeah, but oh, we didn't go over just forests. Forests, you can. It's kind of like the bamboo and the what's the other tree that you said? Like where you poke
Banana tree.
Yeah, banana tree where you can literally poke like cut a hole in it, put a piece like a stick on there, and it'll basically like drip.
Yeah. We already went over that.
I know, but still.
I just had something too. Oh yeah. Is it boss or? But no, bog. That's what it's called. Bog.
Bog?
Bogs. You know what bogs are?
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. Swamps.
But if in forest areas there are bogs.
Yeah, some forest areas.
And if you go around the bog, there are often plants that in their roots they have a lot of water, because the bogs often have a lot of water in them.
Yeah, but don't drink from the bog.
Yeah, because there is a lot, or there's a huge possibility that some animal or some other thing has died in there.
Yeah, because they just walk in there and they just dip and die. Like I remember in some videos, like Bear Grylls, they jumped into a bog and you can literally feel the bones of the creatures on its feet. I thought that was kind of creepy.
Alright, well, you think we should wrap up this video?
Yep.
Alright, well, I hope you guys got your share of info here. Hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe to our channels. Mine, this is reverse, so it's kind of weird. Alex right here.
Oh, you're right.
And mine right here. So, subscribe, please.
I'm W10 Groshin. This is TNTN
TNTN 101.
I keep forgetting.
Testing and Technique Network 101.
Remember, always be prepared. This is W10 Groshin, TNTN 101, and bye.
And these are the techniques that you will need.